Sean, let me tell you, I didn't even know until I was writing this book what I was dealing with all of these years ago. Yeah. So
Wow.
I didn't even know anything about narcissism, period. I grew up with a narcissist as a parent. And so it became learned behavior. And yes, you don't know. And so for me, it was like, okay, maybe this person is bipolar. I'm trying to figure out like what it is that's wrong or what's going on, and self-diagnose basically, and just, trying to figure out and pinpoint what could possibly be wrong with this person. And so I always thought maybe it was bipolarism or something of, some sort of personality disorder, but narcissism is a personality disorder in itself.
What were some of the behaviors? Because I feel like I went through that. So that's why I'm asking. I'm like, right, you don't know what it is until you get out of it.
Right. You don't know. It starts off very slowly. It's very slowly. It's condescending comments, little things that triggers gaslighting, for example, of just, putting you down for certain things. It becomes verbal abuse. It starts for me, it was, verbal abuse at first. It started with verbal abuse and just, belittling, me as a person, and everything I did became wrong. Everything that they used to love about you, they don't love about you anymore. And narcissism is like you're a supply to them, right? So once they cut off that supply, or you don't want, they no longer see you or value you in the way that they originally did. You no longer become, valuable to them. And so they're on to the next supply source. So at that point, nothing that you do or say is going to matter. It's not about, you the person. And so it's very hard sometimes for you to, I learned through trial and error and understanding it better that it's not about you. It's not about me. It's not about how pretty I am or not pretty I am, or how smart I am or intelligent or how dumb. It doesn't matter my educational level. It doesn't matter. It's not about me. It's about this individual and their lack of understanding for themselves or respect for others, and that they're going through something, and I have to remove myself from the situation to understand, because what I was doing was making excuses that this is going to get better, and it doesn't get better. It gets worse. And so with my situation, it wasn't just verbal abuse. It was emotional abuse. It was physical abuse. It became financial abuse. At some point when I, separated from him initially and cut off all connections. And so the only thing he had to hold over me was the children and finances. And so that's what he did. So he cut off financial supply. And so there was financial abuse, and the support to the kids, and always dragging us back and forth to court. So as long as they have something to hold on to, they will forever drag you through it as punishment once you reject them. So it becomes, a terrible mind game. It's exhausting. It's frustrating. It's overwhelming. And it takes a lot for you, a lot of soul searching within yourself to be able to survive it if you cannot get away from from this particular person, especially if you're co-parenting with someone that is of that nature. It's, becomes very difficult.